All right. Well, sad news. Yeah, Soncerae. She was a YouTuber, a graphic designer. She owned a business. She was CEO of that, and she was a former model in California. And I believe she was like in her 30s, if I'm not mistaken. And she went through a lot of complications, man. Especially when she had her first child, and back in 2017. And she's been basically making a video dedicated to single mothers. And if you go onto the WordPress.com on social media, it simply explains like she was writing blogs, and it was like her personal diary called Read Her Mind. And it was just really just an account of data of just everything that she experienced and went through on YouTube, just as far as like I guess the bashing, that was happening to her like YouTube because she's a single mother, and the different debates she had with Minister Jap about is the black woman is God, and how she was being pretty much just being insulted by just trolls and him personally, him just creating different YouTube accounts. He blocked her before and just saying like some very vulgar things, and it was just messing with her subconsciously. So that probably could have been a contributing factor to her leading to her depression and committing suicide. And it's very sad too. He has two kids. One is 20 years old from an XQ, and like I said, one from Priest. I'm not going to really go into further detail about this, but it's a really interesting read. It's very long, and I'm glad that she actually wrote a diary and a blog post on WordPress about her life and things that she experienced. And based on my knowledge and things that I gathered, she wanted to be a great mother. And yeah, she probably made like a bad decision, whatever. People say she got pregnant by a married man that she didn't know, that was separated, for 2 years, and they were dating for like 3 months or whatever, and they agreed to a polyamorous relationship in that particular time. But he ended up the man that she was with wanted to be monogamous. So it gave her like mixed choosing signals or whatever. But she kind of fell in love, thought that the man was right for her. Until she got pregnant, got sick. That's when he started revealing his true colors. Didn't want to take responsibility and taking care of that child. And it was just very crazy because she was homeless at one point before almost. She was at a hotel, and she was just single mother, just taking care of this child for a while until she had to, get back on her feet. She had no car, no nothing, and it's just a very, horrible situation. And suicide, hotline, that's always available. I just wish that she would have had someone to talk to. I mean, we have many people just commit suicide on a day-to-day basis, man. And regardless of color, which you are, I remember Atika. I'm just utilizing these YouTuber names. Atika, he died. He was a popular game tuber, and he generated a good fan base, millions of subscribers. Talking about Super Smash Bros. A very talented brother, but we don't know what people go through on a day-to-day basis. So she kind of exposed a lot of people on the YouTube sector that really was just trolling her and saying very bad things when she made any type of subtle improvement. She posted like a video of her and her family and her mother on Instagram, and you be people saying, "Oh, she's stupid. She's stupid B." I mean, all these things is just it's all in the WordPress, and I was just reading. It's like, wow, I was just really blown away. But if you want us to, continue to participate in these red pills, I say blue pill, whatever, these ideologies on these, pro-blacks that go in here and make these statements here on YouTube, and you see this, that they're not uplifting their own queens, their own women, regardless of their opinions. It just goes to show you that everything they're saying is in vain. It doesn't make any sense. So you got people maybe capitalizing off of her name in order to make money, or just to be bored or whatever. I mean, some of these people have families, or in their 30s and their 40s, and they're the ones, like, you got the youth that listen to these kids, these guys, and it's like a cult almost, man, if you think about it. And I'm not saying all like YouTubers are like this, or YouTubers in general. It's just the point that I know this is a platform of opinions, but when you insult someone because of their opinion, that's a whole different story. You continuously to harass them, taking time out of your day and doing that, that's just going overboard, and that can probably bite them in the end. Family can probably utilize that as a lawsuit, and for contributing to encourage her to the factor that she committed suicide, man. That could be a leading down effect into that, man. I mean, you have to be careful. Words are powerful. Harsh words stirs away. Harsh words stirs anger, but a gentle answer turns away wrath. Remember, and things that you do in an account, what you do into the dark, eventually comes into the light. And the way that she exposed these individuals, I was just kind of lost a lot of respect for them. And I just want to say, like, whoever is going through this, man, please call the suicide hotline. Talk to someone. If you can't afford a therapist, you know, just pray, meditate, look at some positive things that you can do in your life. Not a therapist or anything. I'm just giving us suggestions because I have too suffered from depression. I don't think it was like due to cyberbullying or social media bullying. I mean, you got people who's not gonna agree with everything you say, and I don't expect anybody to agree with everything. But at the same time, though, your mental aspect is extremely important, man. And I understood that like we don't really talk too much about this or have a lot of emphasis on mental illness in the communities here. I mean, you got a lot of children here. I just did a statistics like 480,000 people die each year due to drug overdose, man. And a lot of them, 7 times out of 10, it can be due to, just being depressed, sad, angry, don't even know, like, have a negative expectancy of the future. Hearing this young woman, I don't know nothing about her, but until I did some more research before all this is happening, this is somebody's mother, somebody's cousin, could be somebody's mentor or anything. It's the fact that it was unable for her to dig deep and continuously to move forward. Well, she had little support, and it could be many things, man. I mean, when you're a woman, I guess you don't have that postpartum and all these different emotions. They really want that support, emotional support, physical support. They need that, and she was lacking that, during this whole particular time. And then you look at YouTube as a source of income, something that's a part of your life. That's what she utilized it to promote her business, because she had a merch, her own clothing line. She was really making moves. She didn't even have that support system from her man, and her man turned around and making YouTube channels about her and videos about how she decided to sleep with a married man and a baby's not hers. Then you got people who's not want to do their further research, commenting on her and being on the man's side and disrespecting her. It's sad, man. You feel like the whole world is against you. But I remember in the Bible when it says like the world hates you, it's no, they hated me before they hated you. Like Jesus Christ was persecuted, and now he's in heaven, and he ascended. He gave those that want to believe and save their souls from God's wrath. It's the Holy Spirit. And I look at in this situation that, man, just it's really sad. My condolences, man, to anybody in general. You don't have to be a YouTuber, but this is something sad right here. And you're hearing about this, especially in this pandemic and the times that we're in. That people are going through it, man. And words can really hurt. Words can hurt. They can penetrate the soul, man. Words are very powerful. People don't understand that, and it was to the point that it just led to her taking her life. Now, if people believe that she's still alive, okay, cool. But if she's not, man, they may have to pay for that if they was contributing and saying hurtful things. But going around and being on this platform, thinking that you're all good and almighty, that you make positive content. It's just a sad thing. Me and BMT was talking about this, but I'm just do your further research on this. I might link it, but rest in peace to this young woman. And I may just debunk the red pill theory or blue pill theory, all these pills. Just focus on just more community building, helping people, giving people encouragement. If I disagree with someone, there's no point in insulting them. You just walk away, continuously to move on, and focus on your mission and your vision. If you have a child with somebody, you have to take care of it. That's why you utilize protection if you don't want a baby. But then again, too, it just reminds me that this is not what a true man's supposed to be. You're supposed to own up to your mistakes and accept responsibility, regardless of how you feel, and have that mental fortitude to keep going. Like, you're never supposed to leave your queen or your woman just out, just fending for herself. And then it's a vicious cycle. When a baby grows up, it'd be a daughter or a son grows up like, I ain't have a father in my life, and now they're gonna implement the same behaviors that the father did if they wasn't raised right. And so we're perpetuating, and it's like you're influencing and contributing to the social dysfunction here. Saying pumping and dumping, doing all this type of stuff, overvaluing sex, and that's supposed to be between you and your spouse, and that's what God created for you to build a family, not to be polygamous. But that's my rant on that. Just wish it would never happen. But yeah, so rest in peace to the young woman. And if you got nothing good to say, don't say anything at all. That's how really how I feel about it. You guys, this your boy Young Lean. I'm gonna check on out of here. I'm not gonna draw this video too long, but I just want to sit up here and say that, man. It's sad. I'm out. Deuces.